What's going on? It's Dean here. Thanks for tuning in. I want to tell you about our end of September goals and how we did.
Goal numero uno, hire 4 more new team members. We've hired 2 out of 4. Now, we do have some trial days booked, but it's been raining all week, so we haven't been able to do that. We booked out 2 weeks for 12 people, which is about 600 hours. We're booked out about 300 hours, so about half that as well. And then P for P, over $20 an hour, and we were over $20 an hour. We were $22.11 an hour. So I'll tell you more about this in the car.
Marvelous. Thank you so much for joining me in the Full Circle Mobile. What we're going to be going over is the goals. And so to start off with the first one with the team members hired, we totally would have hired another 1 or 2 more people if it hadn't been raining like crazy, because we had 2 trial days booked on Monday, 2 trial days booked on Tuesday this week, and then I think we were going to have more later this week. And then we have a ton of other applicants that have been applying, and we've just been calling them, getting through that. So I'm really not worried about getting that taken care of. That goal getting done probably by the end, at least by the end of next week. We'll have another additional 2 people that we need. As far as the being booked out goal there, that's a little bit more complicated, but more or less what it comes down to is I was focusing way too much on aerations and not enough on the other services that we offer, because although aerations are high profit, they're fantastic, whatever, yada yada, I was spending my time thinking about those which don't actually really book us out. It's the same customer acquisition cost relatively. For us, it's actually aerations were more expensive than fall cleanups. So it's the same money, but we're spending it on not being booked out opposed to being booked out. And, should I have been doing both at the same time? Probably, but I was focusing on only one of them, and I picked the wrong one to focus on. So that one goes 100% to me, and I think if I focused on just fall cleanups, we'd be there, because I've just been doing fall cleanups lately. We've been getting tons of calls, and I think that's going to be a massive game changer for us, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, we're getting pretty good at doing the fall cleanup ads and everything as well, which is fantastic. Learning some ad stuff. Facebook ads everything's been doing really well, actually. I've just been learning, what works the best, which has been fun, testing everything out. So, yeah, we're doing that, and then, and then as far as the dollars an hour, we did hit that goal, which I'm really excited about. So our team last week averaged about $22 an hour, and that's the average. So, there's people that, didn't make any P for P, and there's guys that made $32 an hour on P for girls that made $30 an hour P for P. So it was a good week last week. We're hoping to have another killer week. We were hoping to have another killer week this week. It's going to be a good week regardless, but we are lacking a couple days. We were really hoping to make this is another kind of goal thing. We were just as a loose goal. I'm not really worried about it, but it would have been cool. I think October could have been an easy. October could still be, but October was really on track to be like $100,000 month. Our first $100,000 month here. And totally didn't end up. I shouldn't say did, because we're at the beginning of the month, so I don't know. But it's going to be a lot harder now, just because we lost a couple working days, and we're probably going to end up. I don't know if we're going to work tomorrow or not. It's up in the air, but we're definitely going to work 2 days: Thursday, Friday, full team, and then have Saturday with like a half team. So we're going to get as many of the lawns cut as possible, focusing on that over the project work, because if that lawn revenue doesn't come in, we lose that forever. Whereas if the project revenue doesn't come in, it just means we have to sell slightly less projects, which is a bad thing actually, but it's the same revenue, and if we're going to make the same money, I'd prefer to, get the lawn revenue in, if that makes sense. So we're doing that, and then that's pretty much more or less the gist of what we've been up to lately here at Full Circle. Really just trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing every day has been a thing for me, because I'm coming into work and it's like, what do I do? Where is my time best spent? Because it can be put a lot of places, but everything's going meh, without my involvement really. And that's just because our operations manager's been doing really well in a lot of areas, which is awesome. She's really getting her role down, and our field team has also been getting really good at what their jobs are. So they've been getting their stuff down. So I think it's just going to be me figuring out what I need to be doing, and I kind of landed in 3 areas, which I keep landing in over and over again. I just have to make a dedicated action plan of here's what we're doing, which is what I'm working on tonight actually. But step 1 is obviously keeping the team accountable and building the culture of team, and that which is huge as far as my GM role. But then as far as scaling the business, and then estimates as well obviously, but then as far as scaling the business goes, what we're looking at is going to be making our client experience a lot better, because there's always things we can do there. There's going to be on the better client experience, better marketing / upsells, and then better training. So our marketing, I'm working on that pretty good, I think, right now. But I think I could definitely be doing a better job of, actively focusing on the client experience. Because I do obviously, but new ways that we're going to make it even better. I think that's going to be huge. There's a lot of little things. There's a lot of things I want to implement, little things that we can do, and then some bigger changes I want to make for next year to make next year easier. To go on a mini tangent, one of which I think we're not going to take deposits next year on landscape jobs, just because it'll make us easier for us on the back end as long as we get their credit card in the front. So besides the point. Then as far as the other thing I need to work on, which is the training, customer experience, and is the training. Sorry, is we really need to get more training in place because our team is great right now, but we are losing a couple team members, definitely in the winter, but we are losing some team members. So I want to be able to continue to grow our team, and we don't want to be limited by just not having enough people, or by not being able to train people that we should be able to train. So in order to combat that, we are 100,000% going to be focusing in the next couple weeks here on building some training courses, some booklets, and all those fun things that is going to allow us to be able to grow our team really fast next year and have a very high level of accuracy and quality, because a lot of our biggest complaints have not because we fixed the office side have been coming from the field side, not because we're doing a bad job, but because our training's doing a bad job, we're doing a bad job tracking the training, and blah 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 blah, yada yada. So it's more or less the gist of it, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next one. Peace.